Let's talk through how to practically apply Scores Raising Scores Academy to your daily practice of homeschooling. Well, as you can see, would be a weekly plan for Scores Raising Scores Academy. On day one, this is what your child would do. First, they'd watch a short video by Dr. Ott, which really walks them through the art or music history of the day. That video was about 10 to 12 minutes long. Then they would go through multi-sensory guided practice questions, which are multiple choice, that give a question and give an answer slide and why that particular answer is correct, so that students can really understand the key points of Dr. Ott's video. Then we really begin to flush it out. We examine Socratic dialogue questions. That goes back to that classical education that I talked about, that I had trained so many teachers in. It helps students to really begin to understand and comprehend and critically think through what the material actually means. Then students would watch or read through some world history slides. These world history slides, which were designed by me and taught by me, really help students understand the activities of what was happening at the time. The videos by Dr. Ott and the slides by me run a little bit different because they're two different courses, just like two different courses would occur in a college classroom setting. Then students will be given world literature to read. Maybe if they were studying ancient Mesopotamia, they would read on Monday 10 laws of the Code of Hammurabi. All of these world literature documents are done through a link, so you do not have to purchase any books in addition to what you're actually doing through the program. They read literature such as the Code of Hammurabi. They might read 95 Theses by Martin Luther. They might read the Augsburg Confession. They might read books like The Hiding Place. All of this is done through links. You can see a link to the reading list below. Then students would be guided through their writing assignment of the week. This would fulfill their English credit. Every other week, students are given a writing assignment based on the world literature that they just read. On the odd weeks, they create a real detailed basic outline. This is taught through the program. You can see a link to our basic outline form below. Then, after they get on the odd weeks do their basic outline, on the even weeks they actually write the document, and they're guided through how to add interesting verbs or creative adjectives or adverbs that help to make their writing more effective. Lastly, on Monday, they would begin to work on their project. They would choose from a list of 10 different project ideas, and they would begin to collect their supplies. By Friday, they would present their project, and they just work consistently on their project throughout the week. They are also given the option to choose a project of their own idea or interest. This helps students really begin to discover what their strengths are. All that the project has to do is be approved by a parent. Then on day 2, they would watch another video by Dr. Ott, 10 to 12 minutes long, that delves through the information that they're studying throughout the week on day 2. They again go through guided practice questions, which are multi-sensory questions that help them to know the key information. You can see an example of that on your screen. Then they examine their Socratic dialogues again. Then, when they move into their world history slides, I teach them auditorily as they read the slides, and these work together. This works more like a college course would in a world history class. Then they continue work on their assignment throughout the week. They might write a world history writing assignment that is paragraph length answers that work in conjunction with the world history slides. They read another 10 laws of the Code of Hammurabi. They continue work on their basic outline or writing their paper. They continue to work on their project. Then on day 3, they would begin to really delve into the information further. They are guided through the world history slides with world history guided notes where they fill in the blank. This is cutting edge in what they're teaching in my master's program at FSU. They really begin to understand the material in a new way. Again, they continue to work on their writing assignment, they continue to work on their project, but we do something interesting on day 3. We do something called analyzing the arts. In analyzing the arts, students are given different types of artwork to look at, sculptures, architecture, music to listen to, all through links online that really help them to begin to understand the thinking of the time. As they delve into these analyzing the arts questions and work through them over the course of the week, on day 5, they'll examine this information with other students or family members. Day 4 is when you just kind of finish up your projects, finish everything up, finish up your writing assignments, finish your notes, finish your analyzing the arts questions. You just basically finish everything up on day 4. So do you see how it really works for the homeschooling mom when maybe your week might vary from week to week? Then we have something interesting on day 5. On day 5, we give 2 options. Students can either learn independently and do our day 5 optional independent study. That's for the student who likes to work alone. In that particular area, they, again, finish everything up. They're given an assessment, and there are 2 options for the assessment. Again, they can either take a multiple choice assessment or they can take a Blue Book assessment. Then they upload media from their project or their basic outline or their writing assignment for the week. They just upload everything onto the website, which creates their virtual portfolio for them. Or we have a day 5 optional cooperative learning program. And that, get your whole co-op to do it. It works even better. On that day 5 cooperative learning option, what we do there is really let the students examine the Socratic dialogues, go through the world history slides with their friends, delve into it, discuss it, talk about it, present their world literature assignments or their writing assignments, peer review, which is the cutting edge thing in colleges today, peer review their outlines. They get to really work on these things together, and then they take an assessment, which is what they've been studying over the course of the week. They also delve into those analyzing the arts questions. Then the leaders ask the students to, again, upload all of their documents over the course of the week. And that creates your portfolio for you. If you watch our next video or assignments below, you can see what it would look like to walk through week 1 or our final project. This gives you a perfect example of what your students are going to learn at CIRSA.